So, a strange thing happened yesterday during the video. I sort of accidentally did a bit of Borat in there. I was meant to be doing a French accent. It sounded more Borat than French. And then I was expecting other people to say, don't ever do that again. And a lot of you, and I mean quite a lot of you, asked for a whole video of West Ham news and gossip in the style of Borat. So I'm going to have to do it because I'm an idiot and I rise to the challenge of such things. So I just wanted to preempt you. It's not going to be in this video, but I will do it, and I'll do it soon. And I'll stick it on the thumbnail. So as anybody that doesn't want it, yes, nice, we talk West Ham, yes, and you don't want any of that, basically, then you can avoid it like the plague. But clearly there's a number of you who would like to see such a thing, and I think I'd quite enjoy doing it as well. So soon we will do all the transfer news. Yes, I like it, yes, I like gossip, yes, and this shit. We do all the stuff, alright? There we go. I haven't even got the right moustache. I even tried, but it's the wrong, it's the wrong moustache, isn't it? So, anyway, let's deal with today's transfer news. Yesterday's news today. People boast, tomorrow's transfer news today. I'm doing like 4 days old transfer news today. There we go. That's how we roll at Hammers Chat. Certainly, we just take other people's news and regurgitate it. And you know what? We don't mind doing that. All right, let's deal with the first one. I'm going to have to talk about Oxlade Chamberlain in a bit. So here we go. Let's deal with Maxwell Cornet or Cornet. You say Cornet, I say Cornet. Plays for Burnley. Big things were expected of him, I think. He's a very, very skillful player. We've been linked with him. I guess we'd be linked with anybody that's been relegated, by the way. And not the guy I would have gone for from Burnley, actually. I quite like, what's his name? Dwight McNeil. Anyway, Cornet apparently is on our radar. I don't believe it. I really don't believe it. I just can't see him being a Moisey type player. That being said, the rumours are worrying even me about the Moisey type players. We've got to remember these are just transfer rumours from newspapers and websites who are sort of making them up to get views, basically. Who would do such a thing? If they had any integrity, they'd do silly voices to get views. I don't believe this one, but it does drag us back to a player at another club who got relegated, which is Watford. And obviously, I'm talking about, I don't know how to make Dennis sound more. Let's call him Emmanuel Denis, Manny Denis. Basically, Dennis Den. Well, apparently, we are interested in this. This one I find a little bit more believable because I thought he. Almost more than anyone else gave Dawson the run. Dawson was imperious this season for West Ham, and I thought he caused him all sorts of problems. I thought he was really good, for a portion of the season anyway. They're talking about 10 million, and that might be in our price range when I read that. 10 million, which falls within our price bracket. Oh my goodness, how little have we got to spend? But, got to just calm down. I'm talking about me here. Take it with a pinch of salt. We don't know what the budget is. We don't even know if we're interested in that player. But I like him. So he's a good player, right? Sorry, no more. That's it. No more. I'm going to snap myself there. So, it looks like Vlasic is going to leave, and that's because his national boss, Zlatko Dalic, has basically said, oi, you, go and get some first-team football, or you're not going to be in the national team in World Cup. We've heard this before. That doesn't make it not true. It makes it more likely to be true, the fact we've heard it before. He's actually said it twice. Old Dalic has said it twice, by the way. Which means one thing, he really means it. He really, really means it. Chelsea been taken over. Did you hear? You must have heard. As I say, yesterday's news today. It's gone through. For some reason, it's being held up. It needed ratification by Portugal because... Roman Abramovich holds a Portuguese passport. What passport doesn't he own? I mean, he doesn't have a British passport. He's definitely had an Israeli passport. He's got a Russian passport. Now he's got a Portuguese's passport as well. There you go. I don't know where he's probably doesn't live anywhere. Probably living on a yacht, sailing around on his boat. A boat floating palace, really, at the moment. But that's gone through Chelsea. Now, that may mean that the opportunity arises for Boja. him. I wouldn't mind him. It's almost the stories coming out of West Ham at the moment where David Moyes might get him and he might like him. But oh God, if I have to, all right, I'll have him then. I think he's a bit better than that, really. Don't mind if we get him at all. He's tall. He can get on the end of a Ward-Prowse free kick corner thing, can't he? That's if we get Ward-Prowse. Yeah, so since yesterday's video, they said it was 75 million. Bit rich. Little bit rich. They're chancing their arm. I think there's a negotiation to be had there. And that's, probably double what I would consider him to be. 40 million, something like that, I would imagine. 75? Wow. Lot of money, really, isn't it? Before I go any further, this video, probably not the silly voices, just a video is sponsored by the OneFootball app, which you can download by clicking the link below. It really will be there today, and clicking on the QR code, which I will put up there today. Yesterday, I was basically pointing at fresh air because my editing skills were terrible. They're always terrible. I just forgot. The OneFootball app is your one-stop shop for all your footballing needs. Simply download it. It's free. When you do download it, just click, you support West Ham. Your national team, for me, is England. And it will take all the England news, all the West Ham news, transfer, gossip. Not for England, obviously. They can't transfer anyone. Actually, they could. Declan Rice. Anyway, who's counting? Puts it all into one place for you. Delivers it to your phone. Literally, just like that. Click the link below. I know you've come from Hammer's Chat. We like a bit of that. They might even sponsor us for another month afterwards. Let's keep this thing going for as long as we can. Anyway, OneFootball app. What is also on the OneFootball app, and this is something we need to talk about. Hear me out. Don't leave. Don't go. Stay there. Hear me out on this one. Alex Oxlade Chamberlain. I don't know if it's just a double-barrelled surname we're liking here. James Ward-Prowse. Oxlade Chamberlain. That's Alex. Alex Oxlade Chamberlain. What if you've got a middle name as well? Anyway, I think so. It might be something going on here. Anyway. Again, about 10 million. I read again yesterday. This falls within our transfer budget. Oh, we might be able to afford him. Oh, good. That's nice. I don't think it's a terrible deal. And I'm sorry. Shoot me down in flames. Shoot me. Well, don't literally shoot me down in flames. Just say I disagree with you in the comments. I think, now, before I would have said, no, don't be silly. He's injury prone. But if he comes on low wages and he is, we can get him for 5, 6, 7 million, something like that. I think there's a good player there. I'm amazed at how West Ham managed Antonio's injuries last season. Amazed with it. So it's clearly something we're quite good at. Bearing in mind we had such a small squad, the problem wasn't that people kept on getting injured all season. The problem was they were knackered. Probably the fact that they didn't get injured for 2 or 3 months and have rests was more of a problem. But the big players more or less stayed fit. Some of them had dips in form, maybe not Rice, maybe not Bowen, but more or less they stayed fit. Even when someone like Zuma got a big injury and you thought that's it, he's out for the rest of the season, he came back early. It was only really when, someone like Bono got injured. It was a serious injury. His leg almost fell off. It didn't, but it was a serious injury. So could we manage Alex Oxlade? Crikey. Alex Oxlade Chamberlain. I don't want to sign him anymore. It's hard to say. It's a tongue twister. Could we manage his injuries? I think we probably could. He can play wide. He can play deeper in midfield. He can play as a number 10. I don't think it would be a bad signing. I would not be against that at all. I think he's a really good player. He's a decent player on his day. Could we get a tune out of him? Yes. I'll be interested to know what you think. If it was a choice, if it was a toss-up, a choice between Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain or, what's his name, Jesse Lingard, what would you go for? And I know some of you say none of them, but play the game. Play the game with me. Which one would you choose? I don't know. It's a tough one. I mean, yesterday I mentioned, I think I'd sort of prefer Buendia. And there was a few people that are saying, oh no, you're aiming too high, I don't think that Barcelona or Man City or anything like that are coming in for Buendia. I really don't. I think it's exactly the type of club us. If Aston Villa ain't going to use him, then why wouldn't he come to West Ham? He ain't signing for Liverpool, put it that way. A couple of people who said, no, actually, I think he's quite lazy. Fine, that's a different argument. He may not suit West Ham that way, but I do think he's a skillful player. If we're not going to go and get a young, up-and-coming player, and we are going to get a broken oldie, then it'd be interesting to see whether you would prefer Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, said it that time, or Jesse Lingard. Right, anyway, there's... Oh, one more. One more. I'll say one word to you. Milenkovic! Him. Remember, Fiorentina. Him. Back on, apparently. Oh, dear. I mean, even I do like the transfer gossip. I didn't mind old Maxwell Cornet, or Cornet. And it gets thrown up. The new ones don't mind, right? But we're meant to have signed this Milenkovic for so many... Last 3 years we're meant to have signed the bloke. You think, oh, not again. I'll give you another one. We've not been linked to him yet. Duvan Zapata. I'm telling you, I think he's nearly 30 now. We were linked with him from when he was 21. A transfer window ain't a transfer window without being linked with Duvan Zapata. Anyway, there you go. I'll be back tomorrow. Probably won't be full Borat. What will tomorrow be? Tomorrow will be Champions League. Interesting. There we go. I found out I was driving. I had to drive to Kent today. I had to drive to Rochester. You might say Rochester. Rochester. And when I was driving there was loads of like mobile homes, but with like Liverpool fans. You know, like I said, look, Liverpool flags on there. And so clearly they're going over to wherever the Champions League is. Clearly not in this country. Clearly they're going somewhere, because I think they were sort of heading down towards Dover or whatever from where I was going. They were heading that sort of direction anyway, on the way there. And they had all the Liverpool flags on their motorhomes. And they all had the same thing, which was basically like a picture of Jesus, but it wasn't Jesus. It was, they had superimposed, they'd photoshopped Jurgen Klopp's face on Jesus, and he was holding, I think he was holding 2 European cups. Anyway, I found it quite amusing. There was a convoy. There's a few of them going over there. So there we go. Anyway, just thought that was yeah. You're probably gone. There's no. Yeah, there's probably nobody there. There's nobody there. If anyone's there, I'll catch up with you tomorrow.